Hey, Ravings and Cravings here, otherwise known as Ruth Hartunian Ellenbaugh, with a new show brought to you by the Wyndham Economic and Community Development folks and foodie people and businesses from all over our listening area and beyond. Today, I am here finally because I don't know, has it taken us a good year to finally even get together? Is that about right?
Yep.
I think so. I am here finally. We should do a drum roll. Woohoo! With Kelly Case from Katie Crop Farms in Chaplin, Connecticut. So welcome, Kelly. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you.
We are recording this on site where you make a lot of your product here at the Click Kitchen. So let's go ahead and just get right to the nitty gritty stuff. Tell us about what you have to offer and what you're making at Click. And I'm going to also talk about what I just sampled. So you go first though.
All right. I am a farmer of 16 years. I grow all sorts of crops in Chaplin on our 5-acre piece. We grow all sorts of vegetables, all sorts of fruit, and we go to 4 different farmers markets. We have a CSA, and we also have some wholesale accounts with our value-added products of jams, jellies, pickles, relish, chutney, and salsas.
Yum.
So luckily, back in the day when Click got a grant in 2019, I think it was, for helping farmers produce value-added products at a certified kitchen. So they kind of took away all those fees of the kitchen, the help in the kitchen, paying for the Serve Safe class.
Oh, wow, that's
so
great.
I was able to get the grant and process here for at least a year.
Okay.
And then after that year, I just became a member because, we wanted to wholesale our products that we grow and, get into the whole market and make a big living off of it.
Because you have bills to pay? Is that really? Yeah, do you have bills to pay?
Oh, yeah, I think everybody does.
Yeah, I mean, last week we were supposed to get together and you got a flat tire on your vehicle. So, life does happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like everyone else. I'm interested in that term that you used a couple times called the value-added type of product. What in the world does that mean?
It always means you're taking a raw product, like say cucumbers,
Okay.
and you're making them into pickles. You're just making it into a totally different product, but you're still using all the raw products.
Oh.
So it could go for anything. If someone was making pesto or any kind of sauces, even Doug with his Dragon's Blood Elixir, he makes hot sauces from all sorts of raw vegetables. So you're taking raw produce and making it into something totally different. And we make everything into glass jars that are recyclable and shelf stable for a year. It's shelf stable for a year and then another year in your fridge. It usually doesn't last that long, but it's a great product because you're trying to promote sustainability.
Right.
Because if the power goes out or whatever, and this was perfect during COVID because everyone was stocking up on everything and didn't know what was going to happen. So all this comfort food in jars made everyone feel better.
So you have some very unique markers about your business that make you more, unique. I guess I'm being redundant than others. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that you do that make you who you are.
Yeah. Like I was telling you before, I graduated from UConn with a degree in animal science, Bachelor's of Science. And then after that, I did the Peace Corps in Tanzania, East Africa. So living in a village without running water, electricity, and just being the odd man out, and learning a new language, Swahili, it was amazing. And I began to love farming. And it's in my blood anyways.
So how long did you do that? Was that a year?
2 years.
You were in Tanzania for 2 years.
2 years, yep.
My respect for you has just grown a few notches. That to go to a foreign country, I mean, vacation is one thing, but to essentially plant yourself somewhere.
Yeah. And plus it was before, now the Peace Corps volunteers have phones and they're kept track of and everything, but we had nothing. That was back when internet was just starting, in 99.
Well,
internet just started,
gosh.
and I was so we had to wait to do internet once a month or once every 3 months, and rely on mail, which took a couple months.
Snail mail. Yeah. What was your greatest takeaway from being there for 2 years and farming? What was the greatest thing? What really captured your heart there?
Oh, the people. The people were amazing. The food, everything was just made from scratch, and the animals, and it's just amazing. And the slow paced life, like we are so fast here, and
Yeah,
so like
we
we
are.
don't talk to each other and stuff. And over there, you have to greet. You won't get anywhere with anybody if you just get into what you're, trying to say. You have to greet, ask about the family, all this stuff. And yeah, it was just amazing. Just, yeah, a lot of bike riding.
Wow, so it sounds like a healthier environment. You got your physical exercise. You had fresh food. I mean,
Yeah, it
back
was
then,
difficult because you have a growing season and then nothing for a while because they have like basically rains from Christmas time through a few months, like 3 months of rain.
oh boy.
So that's their growing period, and luckily some of them have places by the river so you could grow year round. But yeah, it's a tough life. And there's seriously a lot of things, the mortality rate is very high. Infant death is very high. But just the people and the structure and just everyone cares about each other. It's a very amazing place.
I think you must have brought some of that back with you, didn't you?
Oh, some things from the village?
Some
or-
of, I mean, like
Like the
some
way
of
I live
the way
life?
people live, the way you live. Yeah,
I definitely talk, like I'm a farmer. We're at farmers markets, talking to people, especially I remember distinctly during COVID, like we were like the people, like nobody went out except they went to the farmers market. So that was like their interaction with people time. So
Yeah.
we talked and we, try to make light of things. And,
yeah. You kind of can't zoom in a farmer's market, right? You can't do it. Right?
Yeah, and I'm just so glad they weren't shut down. Like we were considered essential workers.
Yeah.
And it was just great. It was, it's like we were like almost the psychologists or something.
Pharmacologist.
Yes,
FARM.
pharmacologist.
FARM.
There we go.
FARM. Yeah.
Love that.
Well, it says you use organic and chemical-free no-till techniques to grow your produce, and you seek to reduce your carbon footprint and keep the soil happy. When you say no-till, what in the world does that mean?
We try very hard. We use a lot of cover cloth that we reuse every year. We don't use, like I used a little bit of plastic just to grow onions because onions are super hard to grow, and I thought I'd try a little
Really, onions are
experiment.
hard to grow.
For us, yeah, because we're still working on the soil. It gets depleted very fast.
New England
especially-
soil is not
It's hard.
It is.
It
yeah.
is. So you have to always apply a compost. And we're getting to cover crops. We're doing a lot of cover cropping. A lot of rotation because it's on a small. It's big enough for me to handle, but it is like 3 acres. So you have to rotate crops out pretty good. I mean, you have your established blueberries and the strawberries and the raspberries, but other things can move around.
And you're a woman-owned business, and you said you do all the farming?
Yeah, we sometimes I get some
Oh
help
my
in the
gosh.
kitchen. Luckily, a little bit of help in the kitchen, and then my kids do help when it is absolutely necessary. Like if we have to get the garlic in because it's gonna snow tomorrow or something like that, or the potatoes have to go in. Like they will help at the bitter end. They are only
Okay,
10,
good.
14, so they're still young. And then I have been doing mentorships with some of the local high schools. I did work with Parish Hill at one time. I've been working with E.O. Smith for a little bit. A high schooler was coming out at once a week to work on the farm, and then he helped out in the kitchen. So,
I really like that idea because to me, the world and collaboration is going to be more and more necessary. Like we can't really afford to just do something by ourselves. We really do need to partner with other people, other organizations, and really, I mean, you're mentoring the next generation of farmers. And as we know, no farm, no food.
Right.
So this is a critical thing. It's a critical issue.
Yeah, and we always get the kids that never did anything on a farm before. So it's very enlightening to them. And
I
to
bet.
know, yes, this is hard work, but you get, I like show them all the juicy tomatoes or the things that you just pick and you can eat right there, and they're so much better than you get in the store kind of thing. So it's I love teaching. I have been in other schools. I've been part of the Barrows has that wonderful agriculture club. So a lot of people reach out to me for advice or whatever, and it's good to help them, get things rolling with their gardens or
I
whatever.
am sure they appreciate it. I am curious about how you got the name of your farm, KD Crop. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, after the Peace Corps, I came back, worked a little at UConn, and then I bumped into my husband-to-be. So when you go out with someone and things are getting serious, you say what you really want to do. And what I really wanted to do when I got back from the Peace Corps was to start a farm eventually. And back then it was much harder to start a farm because they didn't have the beginner farmer programs or anything that they have today. So
around what year is that?
We're talking 2000. Well, we got married in 2006, so around 2005, 2004, and there was nothing. I mean, it was hard. We just had land links. I'm sure it still exists, but that was hard. So yeah, so I was like, okay, well, we're gonna farm. If we get married, we're gonna start a farm. And this is what I want to do. And he's like, okay.
Lay it right out in the open there, right?
Yeah, and we actually worked with George Pirtle at his farm in Glastonbury, Old Maid's Farm. Oh. He was totally organic, and he gave us a couple hundred feet to grow the kohlrabis, and we did soybeans and something else.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we started together before we got married and just tried it out. And then when we got married, we joined Stores Farmers Market.
Yeah.
And then we added a couple more. And so K is the first letter of my name, Kelly. And Derek is my husband, so D. And then crop, because we grow a ton of different crops. And farms, because we have the crops, we have the fruit, we have the chickens and the ducks for eggs. And now we add the value-added products.
Yeah, you have to stop at the chicken and duck egg part. Okay, so let's back up there because I was telling you before we pressed the button to start the interview that I am a big fan of duck eggs. Tell me how we can get your eggs and where do they supply them?
Yeah, we bring them to the Tallinn Farmers Market. I will bring them to the Stores Farmers Market. We always bring them to Ashford Farmers Market. So those are over the weekend. Tallinn's on Saturdays, Ashford's on Sundays. So we bring them there, and then we also throw them in our CSA. So we have a weekly CSA. People could sign up by the week. I just send out emails and say, hey, this is what we have. We put 6 items in the bag for like $25, and they'll tell me if they want it. We also have the shareholders that pay up front for the year. Or
wait. So you could do this CSA for like just 1 week. So like if I want something from your farm just for one. Now, see, I never heard of that. Most people are different. You have to kind of pay for like 3 or 4 months or like the fall season and the summer season or something like that, right?
Yeah. And a lot of times what happens is we have just a few seasonal people, and so we're like, well, and we started it originally in 2013 with the Chaplain Elementary School. Oh. Because my kids used to go there as little guys, and we were doing the farm, and then we just, started doing, we give money back to the PTO at Chaplain Elementary School. And then eventually when my kids started going to Barrows, we added Barrows STEM Academy. So they get $1 per bag, basically. Whoever the people want to donate
to. That's generous.
Yes, it is. But, we feel good about it, So we've had this relationship for quite a while.
So we're here with Katie Crop Farms with Kelly Case, and they're located in Chaplin, Connecticut. Tell us, now this is like part of the best part. Tell us about the jams, the jellies, the product that you create and make here at the Click Kitchen. I got to sample 4 things. Okay, so people in Radioland, you should just be really jealous by now. One thing, I'll talk a little bit about what I tried, but tell us about what you have to offer as far as these kinds of products.
Okay, so we have, some signature jams and jellies. The Crambanero is our cranberry habanero spicy jelly that people love. And it's what we started with because we grew like 100 feet of habanero plants.
That is a lot of
habaneros. It's a lot. So, and that was back in the day when the farmers market, Willimantic Farmers Market, was run by, I forgot her name.
Oh, was it at the Gilson? Was it at Gilson when it was at that location?
Yeah. So originally with her, because we had so many.
Was it like Kate?
No, I forgot her name. Sally? No, maybe it was. But anyways.
Somebody.
Yes. But anyways, back in the day, so we had so much, and we just made a box full. And it was like, hey, we went to the Lily Co-op. It was like, who needs hot peppers? So we made a box for her, and then we had a ton left. I was like, what are we going to do with all this stuff? So I looked around for recipes, and that's when we made the cranberry habanero, because it takes like 60 peppers per batch. So
Really, that
yeah,
many? So,
that many.
so it's very fruit rich, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's got the cranberries and the peppers and some red peppers in it.
I
And
say it's time to pull that out for Thanksgiving. What do you say, huh?
yeah.
Like spice up your Thanksgiving a little. So this woman brought a brick of cream cheese early this morning so that I could try it with the cranberry jelly, and we mixed it together, and it is really good mixed together. So if you're concerned about how hot and spicy, like you said, the cream cheese cuts the heat. But I think I could probably eat it right out of the jar too. I think it would be just fine. And do people make like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with that one?
Yeah, there was a guy that got them every week and made his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And then, yeah, it's really popular for the holidays. When Thanksgiving comes up and Christmas, we also get orders online for it. Someone just bought it for
So
Florida.
you can order product online.
Yeah, we do have an online store.
So what's the website for that?
It's just kdcropfarms.weebly.com.
That we got to get the Weebly in
Yeah,
there, guys.
you do. Until
Okay.
we get our own domain, which is going to happen shortly. But yeah, we definitely set up an online store. I think it was right around COVID time, so that people could just pre-order or pay online or whatever. So yeah, we offer that. We also have Mom's Apple Pie Jam, which is a great holiday jam. Good over ice cream and just out of the jar. People just eat it.
Probably would be good over things like what, pound cake, angel food cake, anything that needs a little something more, something.
Yeah. And I think some places were experimenting. I know Canberra Bread, they experimented with our cranberry. They made a cranberry donut.
Really?
Oh, and then the Farmer's Cow, they buy it regularly from me. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
And they put it on their hot turkey sandwiches. So it makes the turkey so much better.
That's great. That is a wonderful collaborative effort there.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into restaurants for a long time. And I also gave Canberra some Mom's Apple Pie Jam to experiment with their donuts too. So yeah, and then we do reduced sugar jams, which is using half the sugar. We make a blueberry, strawberry, peach, and raspberry. And you can find those at Willie Co-op. They get a lot of our jams.
I tried the blueberry one this morning, and it is just one biteful of the whole berry at a time. It's kind of more marmalade-y because it has all that fruit in there. Would that be fair to say that?
There's no lemon in there.
No lemon. So would marmalade have a lemon in it?
Always, yeah.
Okay, so forget that idea. It just had a lot of fruit in it. Let's just say that.
Loaded.
And it is, and you don't really, I didn't miss the sugar.
Yeah.
Really didn't need it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's really, really very good.
Yeah. And then some weird ones we do, which are really good too, is the flower petal jellies. So that is always very seasonal because you start with the dandelions when they first come out in the spring. And then we move on to the...
You make a dandelion jelly.
Yeah, it's very good. I'll have to make more of that next year. It's like I literally have to seed the dandelions.
So you don't have any available now? Like if
Not
someone
right
wanted
now,
that?
but next
It is
spring.
a seasonal. Okay. All right.
And as things get more popular, like we're getting our name out, we are interested in doing wholesale and all that. So as we get more, wants, we'll be making more of a crew. I want to make more of a crew for the kitchen and then more of a crew for the farm. So yes, I think in the future I will be hiring.
Okay, that's good news.
Yeah, I'll have to put up some ads in Willie Co-op.
And I want to get back on the jelly track, but I don't want to miss the fact that there are some people who really don't use computers or do email and order online and stuff. So do you have a phone number that people can call for orders?
Yep. My phone number is 203-592-4939.
Say it one more time, because some people probably are like running to get their pens or pencils or something, or even texting it to themselves. I do that kind of thing. So give people your phone number one more time.
So 203-592-4939.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. Okay, back to jams and jellies. You were onto the flower petal ones.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So as the lilacs come out, we make a lilac blossom jelly.
Really? I bet that smells awesome.
Yeah, and it's one of our favorite flowers because me and my husband got married in May, so we had the lilacs all over the place during our wedding.
How would you serve that? You have a suggestion for lilac jelly?
We love it over bagels. It's good on bagels, toast,
Just
crackers.
anywhere you'd use jelly, just in general.
Yeah, definitely. And then the chive blossom jelly comes out next with the little, purple blossoms. We make a tea from that. So that's like an onion jelly. It's like got that taste. So that's extremely good over bagels.
That would be nice to put in like a homemade barbecue sauce probably or something, huh?
I think someone used it on lamb or something, like they did something with some meat. Yeah.
That would be like a glazy thing.
Yep.
That sounds. I'm hungry. All right, keep going. Tell us more. What else?
And then we get on to the pickles and relish. We've made some. We do some kohlrabi crazy.
No, I did try that. Yep, that was really good. It was a light, not a little bit dilly. Wasn't too sweet because I know that you have to put a little sugar in there. But it's very nice. I could eat that right out of the jar. Very nice kind of relish pickly thing. Very good. I loved it.
Yeah, and it's mixed, it's got the kohlrabi, which people always ask what a kohlrabi is.
Okay, so tell people what it is. Might as well get that out of the way. Okay.
So it grows, it's like a little ball that grows above the ground with these huge leaves, and it usually has a thick skin, either purple or green, and we cut off the skin because it's very tough. And inside is a nice crunchy vegetable that's like sweet, I always say, like a sweet broccoli stem, like that kind of taste. As you would probably say, it is similar. And so it's a cross between a turnip and a cabbage. So it does have that nice crunchy taste.
It is nice.
And then I mix it with cauliflower and carrots. So it's all, and our garlic, of course, and dill. So it's a nice mix. And it's back in the day we had so many kohlrabis and no one knew it was a kohlrabi, so we couldn't sell any. So we're like, okay, let's pickle this. And I think that was one of our first pickles. We still make it to this day. So, and then we do the farmer and the dill, which you saw, the big spears of cucumbers with the same kind of brine. So it's like a fresh dill pickle.
You know, I like the brines. And actually, I will save the brine and throw some ice cubes in there and just drink it.
Yeah.
Or I'll reuse it. Like I'll put my hard-boiled eggs in the brine, poke holes in it, and then I get my pickled eggs. I'm like, I can't throw this away.
Yep.
Because it's very tasty. You also have relishes and salsas. You have so many great products, and I can't believe that we're already going to be running out of time. So I'm going to just kind of wrap things up and say thank you, Kelly Case from Katie Crop Farms, for being here on Ravings and Cravings here on WILI. Good company. It's 1400 AM, 95.3 FM. I hope a lot of people find you in the future, if not today. And good luck on more business ventures.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.